Hi, my name is Sarah Roberts, and in this series of climate change videos with eco schools, we're going to be looking at lots of different ways that you can teach about climate change and sustainability in the classroom. As a child, I attended an eco school where I was on the eco committee with the wildlife club that I founded. And I can honestly say that it set me up for my entire career as a naturalist, an eco-journalist and an author.
She's also an eco-expert who plays with sharks. Sharks!
I've worked all around the world in remote desert islands and in icy tundras. And now I'm back where it all started, in the classroom, talking about environmental issues. Talking about climate change has never been more important. Young people, their parents, even the government are looking to schools to cover these topics. We know that teachers want this too, but there's a problem. In a recent teacher survey conducted by Twinkle, 92% of the respondents felt that teaching on climate change and sustainability was very important. However, almost 70% of those said that they felt like they lacked the confidence whilst doing it. So with this in mind, I've partnered with Eco Schools to create this series of videos where we'll be giving top tips on sustainability and teaching about climate change in your classroom, and also how to make your school more eco-friendly. For video one, many of you asked us to start with the basics. After all, not everybody is an expert on these topics. So we will be covering everything that you need to know to start speaking to your pupils with confidence. Climate change can actually be linked to one element in particular, carbon. I'm made out of it, you're made out of it, every living creature on the planet is made out of it. We breathe it in, we breathe it out, we draw with it, and we even eat it. This one element moves between temporary storage systems in a perfect cycle between the land, the sea, the living creatures and the atmosphere. So our planet should actually be much cooler than it is. In fact, based on its size and its location from the sun, it should be an average global temperature of -18 degrees C. However, because our atmosphere is made up of gases containing carbon, these gases are known as greenhouse gases. These trap in the heat and it makes us have an average temperature of 14 degrees, which I'm sure you'll all agree is a lot more comfortable. As living creatures such as plants and animals die, they can get buried under sediment, and over a long period of time they can find themselves in the Earth's crust, where they become a permanent storage of carbon. Or it used to be. Since the 1800s and the Industrial Revolution, humans have been digging this up to power machines, hence the name fossil fuels. Burning fossil fuels has pumped huge amounts of carbon gases into the atmosphere. An increase in carbon gases means an increase in heat. And this is climate change, the long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns. And understanding all of this is called carbon literacy. Scientists have been warning about the impacts of climate change since the 1800s, but as we know, governments around the world have been quite slow to act. If the global average temperature goes above 1.5 degrees Celsius, the impacts of this are going to be huge, and we're already starting to see this now. Increased temperatures are causing wildfires, oceans are becoming more acidic and hot, ice sheets are melting and threatening coastal communities, and wildlife is struggling to adapt, impacting ecosystems and food webs. The list goes on. This is depressing stuff, but we can do something about it. As Greta says, nobody is too small to make a big difference. And if we can raise awareness or reduce carbon emissions en masse, we can have a massive impact. There are over 32,000 nurseries, schools and universities in the UK, which accounts for 10 million students and 36% of public sector building emissions. This is a huge powerhouse of sustainability that we can harness to make a difference. Sustainable schools could deliver something even bigger, a whole generation with the skills and impetus to make systemic change. Over the course of the next 4 videos, we're going to look at how you can make that happen. We're going to explore how you can get the global agenda on your school's agenda. We're going to look at how you can tackle eco-anxiety in pupils. And we're going to look at ways that you can bring the subject into the classroom and act.